Can the New York Liberty really fight their way back into the WNBA's top four? Or are their championship hopes already slipping away? After falling to 1-3 and 1-2, New York has suddenly gone 9-2. But with just 8 regular season games left, can the Liberty make one final push before the playoffs? The New York Liberty entered the 2026 season with championship expectations. But for a stretch this summer, everything appeared to be falling apart. From June 19 through July 18, New York went just 2-8, dropping to 1-3 and 1-2 overall. And the low point came in a shocking 1-0-8-2-8-8 loss to the Indiana Fever. At that moment, the Liberty didn't look like a championship contender. But then something changed. Since July 20, New York has gone 9-2, losing only to Las Vegas and Indiana. That turnaround has pushed the Liberty to 2-2 and 1-4, and more importantly, back into the conversation for a top 4 playoff seed. But here's the big question. Is 9-2 enough to get them there? According to ESPN's latest WNBA Power Rankings, the Liberty are ranked number 5, jumping 2 spots from their previous ranking of number 7. That puts New York directly behind 4 teams. No. 1. Minnesota Lynx. No. 2. Golden State Valkyries. No. 3. Indiana Fever. And no 4. Las Vegas Aces. The Liberty are close enough to make this interesting. But the remaining schedule is where things get serious. New York has only 8 regular season games remaining, and 5 of those games are against teams expected to make the playoffs. And one of the biggest tests is coming against Indiana. That's important, because the Fever have already shown they can beat New York. So if the Liberty want to move into the top 4, they can't simply beat weaker opponents. They have to beat the teams they're trying to catch. And this is where the Liberty's top 4 dream becomes complicated. New York has dealt with injuries throughout the season. Satou Sabally has been out since June 23 with a head injury. Leonie Fibic has been sidelined since July 3 with a left foot injury. And Sabrina Ionescu has also been dealing with a left foot issue and was considered day-to-day after missing Sunday's game against Connecticut. That's a lot of uncertainty for a team trying to make a deep postseason run. But there are 2 major reasons Liberty fans can still believe. Breanna Stewart and Jonquel Jones. Stewart is averaging 20.7 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 3.2 assists per game. Jones is averaging 14.7 points and 9.4 rebounds. These are 2 former WNBA MVPs, and they have been the foundation of New York's season. But can 2 stars carry the Liberty through a brutal playoff race? That's the question. Let's look at the 4 teams currently ahead of New York. At number 1, the Minnesota Lynx are 2-9-7, and they're playing like the team everyone else is chasing. Minnesota has won 14 of its last 15 games, while Napheesa Collier has scored in double figures in every game since returning from ankle surgery. Then there's the surprise of the season, the Golden State Valkyries. At 2-5-9, they moved from number 4 to number 2 and have already clinched a playoff spot. Then comes the Indiana Fever, sitting at 2-3-1-2. Indiana went 3-0 last week against playoff-caliber opponents. And Caitlin Clark was a major reason why, producing 29 points and 10 assists against Dallas, followed by 26 points and 9 assists against Atlanta. And at number 4 are the Las Vegas Aces, at 2-4-1-2. So the Liberty aren't chasing one team. They're chasing 4 very strong teams. But here's why New York shouldn't be counted out. The Liberty have already shown they can recover from adversity. A team that went 2-8 during its worst stretch of the season has now gone 9-2. That's not a small improvement. That's a complete change in momentum. And New York has also found important contributions from players beyond its biggest stars. French guards Pauline Astier and Marine Johannes have provided valuable production and stability. Astier is averaging 9.4 points and 3.5 assists, while Johannes is averaging 9.3 points and 2.5 assists. That depth could become extremely important, because in the playoffs, teams don't survive on superstar performances alone. They need role players who can make shots, defend, rebound, and stay healthy. And for the Liberty, that could be the difference between finishing 5th and breaking into the top 4. Now let's talk about the game Liberty fans should be watching closely. New York versus Indiana. This isn't just another regular season game. It could be a measuring stick. Indiana already beat New York 106-92 earlier in August, with Kelsey Mitchell scoring 28 points. Now the Liberty have another opportunity. And this time, the stakes are different. New York needs wins. Indiana wants to protect its position. And every game matters more as the regular season approaches the finish line. If the Liberty can beat Indiana, it